A police chase on I-77 this afternoon ended in a fiery crash right before rush hour. A homicide suspect was ejected out of a car and is now in serious condition. Our senior crime and justice correspondent Lydia Sparra is here now to explain and break down what happened. Lydia.
Well, Lena, on scanner traffic, you can hear the chase when it first began and ended. Then the body cam of the Newburgh Heights police shows the suspect after the chase. Now, we won't be showing him because that video is just too graphic. It was a police chase that began in Garfield Heights.
All units be advised. Garfield's in pursuit of a vehicle possibly involved in a homicide.
A homicide. Police believe involved the driver of a white Jeep headed 480 West, 277 North.
They're advising they exited after Grant. There's 3 units pursuing.
Newburgh police released their body cam. Their chief, John Majoy, said one of his off-duty officers was the first on the scene.
1050 at Pershing, 1050 at Pershing, get unit, roll over.
He saw the vehicle roll over and catch fire. The driver hit another car, and the Jeep rolled over 6 to 8 times. The driver ejected out of that car. Majoy says his officer found a passenger, a female, in the passenger side, crawling out of the window.
So she's got my cuffs on.
Rescue crews arrived on the scene and worked feverishly on the driver, who sustained life-threatening injuries.
We need to start closing down the highway.
Traffic would be jammed up, and it affected the rush hour for hours. And while we know the suspect was wanted for a homicide, we don't know when the crime happened, and we don't know how that passenger is associated to the driver. Lena, this case is still unfolding, and we should have more information tomorrow when Garfield Police releases it.
All right, we'll keep following it. Lydia Sparra reporting from the news.
Wednesday's fiery crash on I-77. The crash happened when police were chasing a murder suspect near Pershing. We're told the 25-year-old suspect crashed the Jeep into the wall and then hit a Kia. That Jeep rolled 6 to 8 times before the driver was ejected from the vehicle, and it all came to a stop. You can see flames coming out of that car. The female passenger inside and the woman driving that Kia, they were both taken to the hospital. The women are expected to be okay. That suspect taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Well, traffic is moving again on I-77 after police chase led to a major crash in the area just before yesterday's rush. A homicide suspect was ejected out of a car and is reported to be in serious condition this morning. David Greenberg joins us live with more details. David.
Yeah, Danita, the chase all started right here in Garfield Heights before the suspect in a white Jeep took off heading north on I-77 towards Cleveland before getting into a fiery wreck that ejected him from the vehicle.
All units be advised. Garfield's in pursuit of a vehicle possibly involved in a homicide.
1050 at Pershing, 1050 at Pershing, get unit, roll over.
Well, here's some of that body camera footage for you. The suspect's white Jeep reportedly hit another vehicle, causing it to roll over multiple times, then catch fire. This causing I-77 North to be shut down for multiple hours as police investigated. Police say a female passenger was also in the white Jeep at the time of the wreck. She was reportedly unharmed and handcuffed at the scene. An innocent bystander in the other car that was struck reportedly is okay after sustaining some non-life-threatening injuries. Newburgh Heights is also assisting Garfield PD in this investigation. And there are still lots of unknowns regarding this investigation. We don't know the names of those individuals in this incident, and we still don't know what led up to that incident, that possible homicide. So as soon as we learn more from police this morning, we will keep you updated on air as well as online. But the good news is, Danita, that I-77 North is reopened as of late last night.
All right, that is good news, and hopefully we'll get some answers. Thank you, David.
A Garfield Heights chase ending in a fiery crash that led to all those backups yesterday on I-77.
Breaking news right here yesterday, and now we're getting a closer look at the crash through body cam video.
19 data journalist Jeff Slauson has looked through the video. He's breaking it down for us and showing us more.
Newburgh Heights police releasing this for us. Body cam, dash cam. It's intense. We're not going to show all of it, and not nearly all of it. We're not going to show you the result of the person that was driving the car. He was wanted in a homicide investigation, but the crash itself is pretty tough to see. What I'm going to show you, though, is the car on its side here. This is when officers are pulling up to it. You're going to see there's some officers behind it, but that right there is a Jeep SUV. Again, this crash was the result of a chase of a homicide investigation, but take a look at that. This is the Jeep on its side. Those are the flames right there. And progressively as this video goes on, again, I'm not going to show you all of it here just due to how very difficult it is to watch some parts of this. That flame really just takes over the entire vehicle. Now the suspect is on the other side crawling toward police, but he was not the only one that was involved in this. In fact, this crash ultimately started to lead to more people getting into accidents as well. Now, I've blurred the face of the woman that was involved in this, but what I want to show you here are the airbags on this side. The impact came from the other side, but her car was thrown into a median. That's how aggressive this chase actually was. What I'm going to show you right now is the body cam video where the chief speaks with one of the officers. He explains how this all went down pretty well.
She got hit by the Jeep. The Jeep lost control, hit the wall right there.
Okay.
And then he got ejected. At some point, the Jeep kept rolling like another probably 100 yards.
Oh yeah, that thing tried to roll
was inside as well.
Oh.
But she's fine. She got evaluated, so we took her into custody.
So 2 people taken into custody as from that. The driver was the homicide suspect, and then another person as well. That Jeep is estimated to have rolled 6 to 8 times before ultimately landing on its side and starting on fire. In addition to that, 3 people were hurt, still waiting on updates on their condition. Last we had heard, 1 was in critical, a couple of those were in stable condition. But a really scary scene, ultimately leading to that massive backup. And in the video earlier on, it showed the officers trying to get to that spot. Took them forever because of how tough traffic was. So to be able to get to the scene, to actually get the fire out, took like 15 or 20 minutes. A really awful scene, a really tough scene for many people that were involved, simply for just driving.
This chase involving a murder suspect ends in a fiery crash. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Chris Fry. The suspect and 2 others were taken to the hospital as part of I-77 was shut down for a good while today. Caitlin McCarthy joins us live outside Metro Health Hospital with more. Caitlin.
Chris, we've learned the suspect is in critical condition here at Metro Health, according to Cleveland EMS. And the 2 others, his passenger and an uninvolved driver, are expected to be okay. Tonight, I talked to a driver who describes the moments leading up to the crash. A murder suspect's car burst into flames after leading Garfield Heights police on a chase. This is on I-77 northbound near Pershing Avenue. Tyler Smith was driving on the other side of the highway when he saw the fiery crash.
I knew something was wrong if the cops were drawing their guns.
19 News has learned the 25-year-old suspect driving the Jeep crashed into the wall and then an uninvolved Kia. The Jeep rolled 6 to 8 times before the suspect was ejected about 100 feet.
I just saw the Jeep hit the barrier wall in the center in between the north and southbound. And the Jeep hit it, flew up in the air. I can't tell you how far it went. It definitely went a good distance. And then it started to do a barrel roll, slid on its side.
The suspect's passenger, a 35-year-old woman, and a 52-year-old woman driving the Kia were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. And I have reached out to Garfield Heights Police for information on what may have led up to this chase. As soon as we hear back, we'll update this story. Reporting live outside Metro Health, Caitlin McCarthy, 19 News.